Have you ever glanced at the clock and noticed the same numbers staring back at you? 11:11, 2:22, 3:33? Perhaps it wasn't just once, but again and again, as if the universe itself was whispering to you. In that moment, something stirs within, a quiet shiver, a sense that this is more than coincidence. And deep down, you can't shake the feeling that these numbers are trying to tell you something. Repeating numbers are one of the most hauntingly beautiful mysteries of the spiritual path. They appear on receipts, license plates, phone screens, even in dreams, so precise, so intentional, that they refuse to be ignored. Some dismiss them as random patterns of the mind, but you know better. You feel it in your bones, that behind these numbers is a hidden language, a secret code meant only for you. The real question is, why are you seeing them? What is the universe, or perhaps your own soul, trying to awaken within you? Stay with me, because in this journey we will uncover the real reason behind repeating numbers, and why they might be the key to your next step in spiritual awakening. Repeating numbers are not accidents of chance. They are synchronicities, messages woven into the fabric of reality. They arrive when your awareness begins to stretch beyond the ordinary, when you are sensitive enough to notice the patterns that most people overlook. In truth, these numbers are not simply appearing around you. They are appearing through you. They mirror the state of your consciousness. The real reason you keep seeing repeating numbers is that you are in resonance with them. Every number carries a frequency, a vibration. When you repeatedly encounter the same sequence, it is a sign that your inner state and the universe are aligning, creating a reflection you can perceive. These are not coincidences, they are invitations. Invitations to pause, to listen, to ask, what part of me is awakening right now? For some, 11:11 feels like a gateway, a sign of new beginnings. For others, 2:22 might whisper of balance, relationships, or harmony. The number is less important than the fact that you are being called into awareness. It is the universe's way of saying, pay attention. Something sacred is unfolding. This matters because in the spiritual path, awakening does not come with loud thunder or grand announcements. It comes in whispers, in symbols, in subtle nudges, in repeating numbers that cross your path until you can no longer ignore them. The numbers are not just signs. They are confirmations. They remind you that you are not lost, that you are guided, and that your inner world is speaking through the language of the cosmos itself. When repeating numbers begin to appear in your life, the first truth to understand is that they are mirrors of your consciousness. Numbers are not random marks on a clock or a receipt. They are one of the oldest and most sacred languages of the universe. Long before alphabets and written words, ancient mystics turned to numbers to read the hidden patterns of creation. Pythagoras, the great philosopher and mathematician, once said that all things are number. To him, numbers were not cold calculations but living vibrations, archetypal forces that shape the cosmos itself. So when you find yourself repeatedly seeing 11:11 or 3:33, it is not simply an odd coincidence. It is a reflection of your inner world, as if the universe is holding up a mirror, showing you what you are vibrating with in that very moment. Numbers appear as symbols of your state of awareness. If you are on the cusp of new beginnings, the number 1 often arises, echoing the spark of creation within you. If you are yearning for balance or partnership, 2s might call your attention again and again. If you are stepping into a time of guidance, 3s may follow you like quiet companions. Each sequence is less about an outside message being dictated to you, and more about a reflection of where you already stand internally. This matters because it changes how you approach these experiences. Rather than asking, "What is this number trying to tell me?" you begin to ask, "What part of me is resonating with this frequency?" Numbers do not control your life. They confirm the alignments you are already stepping into. They are not orders being handed down, but affirmations that you are becoming aware of the hidden patterns guiding your path. Pay attention to the moments when these numbers appear. Perhaps they surface when you are deep in doubt, or when you are wrestling with a decision, or even when you are quietly hopeful about a new possibility. Their appearance is not random. Each number sequence arrives like a snapshot of your inner state, reflecting what you may not yet be able to put into words. Instead of rushing to external sources to decode their meaning, pause. Place your hand on your heart and ask yourself, what was I thinking, feeling, or yearning for in this moment? The answer almost always rises from within. Numbers are not meant to pull you outward for explanations. They are meant to draw you inward to deeper self-awareness. But repeating numbers are not only mirrors. They're also invitations. They call you out of the sleep of daily routine and into the mystery of the present moment. In the busyness of life, it is easy to forget that reality itself is alive, that every moment is threaded with intelligence. Yet when numbers catch your eye again and again, they awaken you from this forgetfulness. It is as if the universe is tapping you on the shoulder, whispering gently, "Look closer. There is more here than you realize." This interruption is powerful because it halts the autopilot of the mind. For a split second, you pause. You notice. You remember that there is a hidden order behind the veil of ordinary appearances. That pause is not trivial. It is the very foundation of spiritual awakening. Repeating numbers are like alarm bells, though soft and subtle, pulling you back to presence. And every time you respond to them by becoming aware, you strengthen your capacity to live awake. Numbers also weave themselves into your journey at moments of questioning. They tend to appear when you are uncertain about a choice, anxious about the future, or quietly seeking clarity. In those moments, 222 might glow on your phone, or 444 may appear on the receipt you just picked up. These synchronicities arrive right when your soul is searching, offering reassurance that you are not wandering alone in the dark. They are like companions on the path, guiding you without words, reminding you to trust the unseen. When these moments happen, treat them as doorways. Breathe. Allow yourself to sink fully into the present. Rather than dismissing them as chance, let them remind you that you are seen and supported. Whisper to yourself, "I am guided. I am not alone." Use the numbers as anchors to root yourself back into awareness. The more you respond this way, the more you will notice the deepening of trust. Life itself begins to feel less mechanical and more like a living dialogue between your soul and the universe. And beyond being mirrors and invitations, repeating numbers often arrive as guides for transformation. They are like signposts on the road, marking thresholds and signaling that you are entering a new chapter of growth. Many people view them as symbolic reminders, but they are also initiations, signals that a shift is underway. When old patterns are dissolving and the unfamiliar is unfolding, numbers intensify, appearing more frequently, almost insistently. This is because transformation is rarely comfortable. It often feels disorienting, like stepping into a fog where the old has fallen away, but the new has not yet fully taken form. In those times, repeating numbers provide reassurance. They whisper that the chaos has meaning, that you are not adrift but being carried by a deeper current. They remind you that what feels like unraveling is actually part of a larger design, a necessary shedding so something truer can emerge. Different numbers often carry archetypal resonances that align with transformation. The number 1 has long been associated with beginnings, the planting of seeds, and the spark of new creation. 2 speak of relationship, harmony, and the weaving of balance in your life. 3s echo with guidance and spiritual support, as if unseen forces are walking beside you. 4s anchor the energy of stability and foundation, encouraging you to root yourself as you grow. 5s carry the current of change, sometimes sudden and dramatic, urging you to release what no longer serves. While these associations are powerful, it is important to remember they are not rigid rules. They are archetypal patterns, and the most important meaning is always the one that stirs within you when you encounter the number. Notice how these numbers cluster around times of choice. Perhaps every time you question a decision, 5s appear, as though confirming that change is both inevitable and supported. Or perhaps each step you take toward a new path is accompanied by the sudden appearance of 1s, reassuring you that creation itself is unfolding with you. The numbers arrive like companions, circling your life in times of transition, urging you forward with quiet insistence. When this happens, do not resist the changes. Use the numbers as affirmations that you are in alignment with growth. Speak softly to yourself. I am supported. I am guided through this transformation. If you wish, keep a journal of the numbers you see most often. Write down what is happening in your life when they appear, what you are thinking, what you are feeling. Over time, you will begin to notice a pattern, a personal language that belongs only to you. It will reveal how the universe speaks uniquely with your soul through the rhythm of numbers. When seen in this way, repeating numbers are not superstitions to obsess over, nor empty coincidences to dismiss. They are sacred reflections of your consciousness, subtle invitations to awaken, and signposts guiding you through the currents of transformation. They are the universe speaking in its most primal language, pattern, rhythm, vibration, reminding you that you are woven into a grand tapestry of meaning. And the more you listen, the more you discover that you have never been separate from that cosmic design. You are living inside it, and it is living inside you. If you have been seeing repeating numbers, you probably know the strange mixture of wonder and confusion they bring. There is the initial spark of curiosity when you glance at the clock and see 11:11, as though the universe itself just winked at you. But then comes the uncertainty. You ask yourself, why me? What does this mean? Am I imagining things? And if you have searched for answers online, you have likely come across countless interpretations, each one claiming to hold the truth. Yet deep inside, you sense that the meaning of these numbers cannot be contained in someone else's definition. This is the emotional reality of awakening. It does not unfold in straight lines or clear instructions. It comes through mystery, through symbols, through subtle reminders that speak more to the heart than the mind. Seeing repeating numbers can feel like standing on the threshold of a secret doorway, knowing there is something significant waiting beyond, but not yet knowing how to step through. That tension, the pull between the familiar and the unknown, is part of the journey. You might even have moments where you feel silly for noticing these numbers. Perhaps you have dismissed them as coincidence, only to watch them appear again and again, as if refusing to let you slip back into disbelief. In those moments, what you are really feeling is the tug of war between your logical mind and your intuitive soul. The mind craves certainty, proof, clear explanations. The soul moves in mystery, whispers, and symbols. Repeating numbers remind you that your life is not only governed by logic. There is a deeper current guiding you, one that cannot always be measured or explained. And in that recognition comes comfort, because numbers often arrive in times when you most need reassurance. They show up when you feel alone, reminding you that you are not walking this path without guidance. They appear when you doubt yourself, echoing back a quiet confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. They surround you in moments of change, assuring you that transformation is not punishment, but an unfolding into something greater. To feel seen by the universe in this way is profoundly healing. The numbers are small miracles, slipping into your ordinary day to remind you of the extraordinary nature of your existence. They remind you that you are not lost in chaos, but part of a story far bigger than you realize. They tell you, without words, that your steps matter, that your awareness matters, and that you are woven into the fabric of a living, conscious universe. And perhaps the most comforting truth of all is this: you are not imagining it. You are not reaching for patterns that are not there. You are awakening to patterns that have always been there, waiting patiently for you to notice. The numbers are not just appearing around you, they are appearing through you, because you are finally ready to see. As we close, let us return to the truth we began with. Repeating numbers are not accidents. They are living reminders that you are part of something vast, something intelligent, something sacred. Each time you see them, it is as if the universe is reaching out to touch you, reminding you that you are seen, that you are heard, and that you are never walking alone. Carry this with you. The next time the clock glows with 11:11, or 2:22 greets you on a passing license plate, pause. Breathe. Let it be a sacred moment, a quiet affirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. Do not rush to decode it. Do not overcomplicate it. Simply allow it to remind you of the mystery, the beauty, and the profound intelligence woven into your life. In these numbers, you are being called to trust, not just in signs, but in yourself, in your path, and in the unseen guidance that surrounds you. They are not merely symbols. They are companions, walking with you through the unfolding chapters of your becoming. So tonight, when you look up at the sky or glance at the numbers glowing softly on a screen, remember, the universe is speaking. And the fact that you are listening means your soul is already awakening.